Welcome to the show, the Ignite Your Purpose podcast. My name is JB. The other guy, he's Max. And in today's show, we are going to talk about working out when you're traveling. You're on the move, you're away from the box or the CrossFit gym or the swimming pool or the track or the trails, wherever it may be. We always think compromise, lack of trainer partner, lack of coach, but it doesn't have to be like that. It can actually be much more simple if we just think a little bit differently. But before we talk about that, Max is going to explain who we are and what we do. Max?
We are Ignite Your Purpose, which is us, me and him. We talk longevity through a healthy lifestyle. It's a mix of mental, physical, and spiritual knowledge, mind, body, soul, trifecta. And at its base, people, every day, all day, we're just trying to be better, negative to positive, through health.
Okay, cool. So some of you may know, some of you may not know. I've literally just returned from 2 weeks in Canada, staying with Max and his amazing partner, so we can do the podcast, we can train, just hang out and be the good friends that we are. And because of that, I've been away from the routine of swimming 3 mornings a week and on the bike two mornings a week, and at the weekend, a bike and a run, and all of these things. And I haven't got the gym, and I haven't got my foam rollers and my elastic bands and my dumbbells and the skipping ropes and things. So I've had to
A lot of things.
all of the toys that we feel we must have, the heart rate monitors, the bike, the turbo trainer, you name it. It's just gear. But Max and I managed to, when I was there, compromised his workouts. But we're going to talk about when we're on the move, kind of how we can look ahead, how we can plan ahead, and sort of simplifying the order and the routine. So, Max, you take yourself away to Hawaii a couple of times a year, and I'm sure there's every facility under the sun there. But how do you kind of look at your fitness and your health? What is it? Things that you do differently that you can't do at home? Things that you can add.
Yeah. So I'll take Hawaii out of it because we're part of a crew down there, and we work out at a gym, and it's amazing. It's the difference is we it's not reality. So we wake up and we hit the gym at like 6 a.m. and then we just lollygag for the rest of the day. So that's a big difference. And there's a lot of swimming involved. There's a lot of beach runs, which we don't have here. So, but usually how I roll, if I'm going to a studio or if I'm going away to the boondocks or wherever I go, which is quite often, right? I try and plan my prior workouts to then for how long I'm going away. So let's say we go away for a week, John, which I do quite regularly, right?
Yep.
What I will do is I will take my workouts and I'll amp them up the week before, right? And I might put in an extra whatever, name it. I just put in a little bit extra. And then for that week, I try to actually take time off.
Okay.
So that I'm not like, half-assing it or, I usually try to take a week off. For example, me and you though, John,
That's not answering the question. It's not
well,
what
I know.
you do.
That's true. So what I did do when you came to town though was because my regular workout would be between an hour and a half, and John would be sitting around waiting, and we were trying to be creative. What I did was, okay, let's ixnay that. I found out what John was doing. John was doing these kind of cool, I called them jog and a run together. And we did trail running. Totally has nothing to do with weight routines. But I made a compromise and actually fell in love with running in the trails. And I've continued that every morning actually since.
Wow. Okay.
But I've allowed myself the freedom to just understand moving the body is better than being stagnant.
Yep.
And you, John, what do you do?
Well. When I travel, I sometimes go trail running, or I do wogs, which are walks, jogs. Get it? Before I travel, I kind of do a recce and I find out what facilities are going to be in the area. Do they have a kind of day-by-day subscription that I could use? if I needed to do some swimming this last trip, so I booked a couple of sessions in the pool nice and early. But mostly we get out and we kind of use the facilities that are out and about. So loads of trails around Max's, so we leverage those, and we get to one point and it's on a bit of a riverbed, so we kind of just pick rocks up and pass them over our shoulder. We're using natural weight. We'll walk along a track, or we'll run along a track, and we'll find there'll be some park benches. So we'll do press ups on the park bench, or step ups, or squats, or we'll do grid sprints between the tree and the park bench, or whatever it is. Just using the facilities that are there. On one particular run, we run past a kind of a little mini children's playground, which I wouldn't normally suggest you go and work out at, but as it's 6:30, 7 a.m. in the morning, there's nobody there, so you can use the bars and the swings to do pull-ups or knees to chest, or just using facilities that are there. If you don't normally get to go running on the beach, get yourself on the beach, go for a run. At the end of it, get your feet off, get your feet in the sand, earthing, grounding, get your feet in the water, and using those different energies from around different environments. Where, if you live, in the northern wastelands, you may never want to take your shoes off, but just kind of looking around and seeing what else is there. You might just be a runner, but there's nowhere to run where you are because you're staying in the middle of the desert. But there might be a pool, so you could go in the pool, get a little floating flotation vest, and just do running in the pool without taking the all the impacts on the joints. So it's just sort of just trying to look a little bit further outside of what you would normally do. It's super easy to chuck a skipping rope in the bag. Things like that is what we do.
I think a little bit of knowledge goes a long way too, right? Like when I'm traveling, and for example, when I'm recording and I'm staying in hotels, some of them, because they're in bigger cities and they're in the inner cities, a lot of them don't have big gym facilities. So I try and think, okay, what can I do when I first wake up for free and not going for a run in the inner city, right? And sometimes I do that, but I'll try and use, squats, push-ups, dips, anything I can do in that environment that I think is going to, and then we know, okay, we'll do it 3 times for 10 reps each, or I make some type of scheme up for the 15 minutes or so, or pop on YouTube, find something you can follow, you know what I mean? Anything you can do for free, as long as you're moving the body, right, John? And it's just a good way to wake up when you're away.
Jump on YouTube, do a workout. Jump on YouTube, do a little yoga workout. It's all. I had something else to say then, but it's just kind of flown out of my head. So Max is going to say something else. It will come back, or maybe not. Maybe that's it.
No, I was just going to say, like, if you plan it, it works. If you don't plan, it's not going to work. I know somebody right now who's traveled to the East Coast. And we were, like John said, we were looking at, okay, when does the gym open? Because we happen to do CrossFit. When does it open? These schedules don't work for him and her. So I was like, well, why don't you try and, hit the beach, the waterfront for a run? Why don't you try and, like John said, take the skipping rope, do that, do some burpees and skipping. It just prepare and have a little bit of knowledge. And I think that'll take you a long way. Yeah. Instead of, when on vacation, just packing your mouth full of food and being stagnant. Not good for the mind, people. Not good for the mind.
Yeah, absolutely. But then also potentially taking the opportunity to take it down a notch. You might work hard 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week. So maybe take it down a notch, just going for a gentle walk when you're away. Introducing yourself to some meditation, some different. It's all training. We're training the body. We're training the mind. We're resting. It's not any one thing. It's not the diet or the hydration or the exercise. It's a combination of all these things. And I only heard this week about a client of a friend who he was doing everything. He's got the right kind of body shape, the right metabolism. He's eating all the right foods. He's got the perfect workout routine. He turns up diligently to it, but he just wasn't getting the results. And the trainer suggested, we said, well, how many hours sleep do you get a night? And because this guy has got clients all over the world, you might get 4 hours sleep a night in bits and bobs. And he said, well, for a month, can you try and get 6 hours sleep? 7 if you really can. All of a sudden, the guy, not overnight, but within a month, he started to get the gains that should have been there through the planning. So it may just be worthwhile taking a rest. But
True.
I
Which,
think,
like I said, one of the things I plan all the time is if I'm going away for a shorter amount of time, let's say 3, 4, 5 days, yeah, just rest, man. Because resting does the body so much good.
Yep. Okay, I think that's it from us from this episode of the Ignite Your Purpose show. So the takeaways are, if you're going away, just use those natural items that are around you, park benches, and rest. That's about it, really. But you can listen back to it again. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'd really appreciate knowing from you where you're listening from, what you're doing, what is it you like about the show, what is it you dislike about the show. If you like it, subscribe, hit that bell, or share or comment would be perfect. I'll let Max sign off now, and then we'll leave you be.
Everybody, we appreciate your time. Like, hit, subscribe, all that jazz. Follow us. All the links are in there for the audio. If you want to, while you're running, you want to listen to us. While you're driving, you want to listen to us. But again, we appreciate you guys, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye. Bye-bye.